Hello YouTube, another watch review video today, and something a little bit different today, a fairly unique proposition. This is the Swatch Sistem51. This is a Swiss-made, machine-made, automatic, super light plastic watch that's frighteningly accurate, has a 90-hour power reserve, and is yours for 200 Australian dollars. There really isn't anything else like this on the market today. So, comes in a box. I'm going to split this review into the usual three parts, have a look at the watch, specifications, pricing, and so on, then say why I bought the watch before having a bit of a chat as to whether or not I think you should buy one of these. So this was launched in Baselworld in 2013, so has been on the market now for just about 4 years. A little late getting to Australia. It's been over here for about 3 years. It's entirely machine made, which is a first for the Swiss watch industry, an industry which prides itself on man-made. This one's entirely made by machines, working 24 hours a day. Apparently they can pump out a fully decorated movement in less than 30 seconds. They're making 4,000 of these a week, with plans to make many more than that, over 2 million a year. So dimensions. This one is 42 millimeters wide, 44.5 millimeters if you include the rather small crown. 13.5 millimeters thick. So this one is quite thick. It's also very flat there. Virtually no curve on these lugs, and they're long lugs, 50 millimeters lugs, lug to lug. It does wear rather big as a consequence. I'll pop it on my wrist here. It is a 42. It very much wears like a 42, kind of sits quite high up, quite chunky on the wrist as well because of those flat lugs and quite thick, hiding the movement. But its saving grace is that it weighs next to nothing. I can forgive it. 42 is about my upper maximum, but I forgive this watch because, as I said, it weighs next to nothing. Pop it on the scales there. 43 grams for a Swiss automatic, as I said. Pretty much nothing. So Sistem51, what's in a name? Well, apparently this watch uses 51 moving components, all held together by that central screw there. At the back, you can see the rotor spinning all the way around the outside. 19 joule movement. Now, a feature that runs across the whole range is that on the dial, they replicate the locations, the positions of some of the jewels in the movement, represented by those little red dots there. Now, this is the System Red. This is the SUTR 400 model. There are 20 different models available in this plastic case design, ranging from the fairly staid System Gentleman, which is black and white, to the fairly vibrant System Frog, which is bright green, and everything in between. This one, I guess, is somewhere in the middle. Only 30 meters water resistance on this one, so probably not going to get it wet too often. If you do, good idea to give this very soft, very flexible, quite pleasant rubber strap a bit of a clean occasionally as well. They do this one with a pleather strap, or not this particular model, but this range with a pleather strap. But really, who wants a watch with a pleather strap? I don't understand it. I wanted this one with the rubber strap. But boy, is this watch noisy. Maybe you can hear there the microphone. Very, very noisy. When I wear it, my girlfriend without fail comments that I'm wearing this particular watch because it's so noisy. Now, I drive a manual car. When I've got the watch loose on my wrist, every time I change gear, I can hear the rotor spinning for many, many seconds afterwards. Nice to have that biomechanical connection with your watch, but it is very, very noisy due to its plastic construction. If you wear it tight on the wrist, perhaps not quite so noisy, but you can definitely still hear that rotor moving. So why did I buy this watch? Well, it's a bit of a conversation piece. I think this is going to be a notable watch in the grand scheme of horology. Marks something very different, a different direction for the Swiss industry, going with this machine-made process, an attempt to take on Seiko, Orient, and the Japanese manufacturers at their own game, making one of these kind of cut price automatic watches. Now, accuracy, yes and no. I ran this one for a fortnight when I first got it. It came in at less than 2 seconds minus per day, which is astounding. But with a caveat, with a condition, The movement is hand winding, obviously, you can manually wind it. It's not hacking, and sometimes when you re-engage, it takes a full minute to pick up the minute hand, so you end up losing a minute. So for all that accuracy, you've got to make sure that it actually picks up first time round. There you are. Remarkable 90-hour power reserve, though. Quite amazing. 4 full days of power. So I bought it as a bit of a conversation piece, bit of a summer watch, add to my collection. Good with shorts and t-shirt. Not all that practical, though, but definitely one for summer wear if you go for one of these in the brighter colours. Should you buy this watch? Well, I guess it depends on what you're looking for. If it's your one and only watch, then perhaps this isn't the one for you. It is not all that practical, having only 30 meters water resistant. There's loom on the hands there, a decent amount of loom, but it's awful. It really is pathetic. There's loom pips around the outside. It's notional. Also, look at that date window. What date is it? I've no idea. Get it closer, get it closer. Oh, there we are. It's the 18th. You really have to focus pretty hard on it to try and work out the date. So if you want something to wear every day, go buy a Seiko 5 if you want automatic, or if you're insistent on buying a Swiss watch, then buy a Tissot Quartz. You'll probably be more satisfied with your purchase long term there. Also, it's disposable. This is a hermetically sealed movement. It cannot be serviced, it cannot be maintained. They're apparently designed to last 12 to 15 years. I guess if you're not wearing it all that often, it'll last a lot longer than that. But with everyday wear, 12 to 15 years, if that's something that bugs you, if you don't like the idea of something being essentially disposable, throw away, then again, perhaps look elsewhere. They also do ivory models. They do models with a metal finish. Again, not my cup of tea. I think if you're going to go for a metal one, look further up the Swiss watch ladder, or again go for a decent Japanese one instead. It's kind of an antithetical making one of these disposable watches and then making it heavy in metal. I didn't really get it, but if you like Swatch, if you want something that's funky, if you want something that's going to match your personality, have a look. There's 20 of them. As I said, you'll find something in a suitable colour scheme. And a tip for purchasing: there's a Swatch watch outlet in just about every airport around the world. If you're traveling, work out whether your currency is strong or weak against the currency that you're visiting. The worst you're going to do is save some taxes, even if you buy it at your local airport. So the Swatch Sistem51, I enjoy mine. It wears big for a 42, I think, but so light you can get away with it. Quite a unique proposition, as I said. If you are a collector, if you've got a number of watches and you're interested in this one, then yeah, go into a shop, size it up, pick the model you like, and then perhaps buy it from the airport.